Anything that will happen, let it happen. DSS. I looked at that, I said DSS. DSS, that useless organization, is the most useless intelligence agency in the world. That Nigerian, that DSS, SSS, they call themselves. Is the most useless of the security agencies in Nigeria. DSS will never have intelligence on people who are terrorizing Nigeria. DSS will never have intelligence on people who are killing Nigeria. It is on innocent citizens that they have intelligence on. It is when they are planning peaceful protests that all of a sudden DSS, they have intelligence. People are killing Nigerians in the forest. Where is DSS? That no Aisha Yusuf should be afraid of DSS. Then burn them well, let them come and arrest me. What are they going to do that terrorists are not already doing? Oh, they are going to arrest me. Aren't terrorists abducting people, kidnapping people? At least when DSS arrests me, I won't pay ransom. Or what else? They are going to kill me. I was born to die.
My country people, mother can't listen to Aisha Yusuf. She don't release video to talk, say she not dey fear DSS. Say in fact she's 30 minutes away from DSS from her house. Say they like me, they can't arrest her. Say she not dey fear them. This one come after she make tweet to talk, say Tinubu not be her president. Say since Tinubu enter Nigeria, don't enter indefinite coma. This one I can't make somebody come reply and say, hey, this one we they talk say Tinubu not be your president. So DSS go come after you. Now there she can't reply. Say she fear no DSS. Who be DSS? Say me they go die for one corner. Say as an activist, she already signed a death sentence. Say one day something must to kill a man. As she make this statement, Kemi Olonu your content and say my sister, hey, he don't hear say they don't they discuss your matter or say DSS they do and they want to arrest you. As Kemi talk this one, and she can't make this video, can't talk and say she fear nobody. Who be DSS? Where DSS they when they capture small children, whether they kill their papa, they kill their mama. Say she not they fear anybody. In fact, everywhere don't scatter. 2 days ago, she don't go channel television. She and Sowore, they don't go talk about the state of the nation. In fact, and that video is well packaged. I go show na small part for that video too. My country people, this news is well packaged. Mukuna watch from the beginning to the end. My country people, the Edo State Governor Biodu Oyebanji constantly expressed his feelings and condolence to the death of the driver of the adopted pupils for the Apostolic Faith Nursery Primary School, where be say they rescued the children, but the bus driver they buy him. Now remember, say 2 days ago, Peter Obi Congo support our Super Eagles for Ivory Coast. Hey, for the match, we be say they play well. My country people, we are our president. Don't be our president. I suppose they support. We can't see him for front of computer. Say they watch, they nod the head for where it's down for Paris. Where go. Now the article challenge and say, oh God, you go sit down for land where not be your own. Meanwhile, hunger won't kill your people for your country. The challenges will be say the Nigeria not be here. As article talk this one as so Tinubu boy. The Kogi lawmaker can't come out say I beg go make they give Tinubu 2 more years. Say he go work. My country people, Nigeria get patience. We no get patience. As that one call Bolofua, na there this man what they call Sule Lamido can talk say make Nigerians choose between PDP or make they remain for L wey be APC. He said no matter how PDP be, say they be thief, they dirty. He said but they still better pass APC. Child, Nigeria is gone. Shortly after this, you can't hear say Falana don't sue Central Bank over alleged dollarization. Una the year say this man they always they talk about say why they go they use dollar till they pay house rent, till they buy goods and services for Nigeria, a place where be say na naira they suppose they use. Finally, my people, before I bring una all the videos, the general overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, they call Pastor Enoch Adeboye, don't talk say may fire consume all those people who be say they responsible for the killing of the traditional rulers in the country. Amen.
So I did a tweet yesterday, and that tweet was simply saying that Nigeria does not have a president. That's the grim truth. That's the grim reality that we all have to face. Of course, there were people, some of them, insulting, saying all sorts of things. There was even one that was like, "Oh, is this not a treasonable comment? Shouldn't the security agents be doing something about it? Shouldn't anything be doing shouldn't something be done about it?" And I replied to it, and I was like, just imagine yourself. You are a citizen, you are not a slave. But see the way you're thinking that, oh, all of a sudden they should come and arrest me because I said there's no, there's no president in the country. People are being killed. People's lives are not being protected. Kids are being taken from their houses. They are being killed. And yet all you're thinking about is to defend, one drug dealing person indicted in drug dealing, certificate forger and all of that that doesn't even care about you. So I did all of that and I left. One of the things about having so many followers, especially on Twitter, is that I don't get to see a lot of messages that people post. Sometimes it takes days. And I just went in today and I saw this message from a lady that calls herself an investigative journalist, Kemi Olunolo or something like that. And she's like, "Oh yeah, Nigeria has a president. Aisha, Nigeria has a president. Leave the country if you think so. That DSS are discussing your matter." I'm like, what stupid mentality is that you're telling me, more Aisha Yusuf, that I should leave the country? No, it's Tinubu that will leave the country. Tinubu left before. Did he not go on exile before? He's the same one that will leave that country again, and not Aisha Yusuf. For people, you sit down and think that this country belongs to certain people, that I should leave the country for some people. Nigeria does not have a president. I didn't put water in my mouth when I'm saying it. I am saying it and I am repeating it. Nigeria does not have a president. That thing that is occupying Aso Villa is not a president. That thing rigged his way into office. That is not a president. And there's something my husband always says. Anytime he says that thing, it busts my head. And I might not be able to quote him very well. He always says, when people are talking about, "Oh, are you not afraid? Your wife will be this or that, your wife will be killed, or you will be killed, or you yourself, they will come after you, this, that." He always says, look, he said, I'm not quoting it. I say, we are born here. We are of here. We go nowhere. We die here. This is our country. Anything that will happen, let it happen. DSS. I looked at that and said DSS. DSS, that useless organization, is the most useless intelligence agency in the world. That Nigerian, that DSS, SSS, they call themselves. Is the most useless of the security agencies in Nigeria. DSS will never have intelligence on people who are terrorizing Nigeria. DSS will never have intelligence on people who are killing Nigeria. It is on innocent citizens that they have intelligence on. It is when they are planning peaceful protests that all of a sudden DSS, they have intelligence. People are killing Nigerians in the forest. Where is DSS? That more Aisha Yusuf should be afraid of DSS. Then burn them well, let them come and arrest me. What are they going to do that terrorists are not already doing? Oh, they are going to arrest me. Aren't terrorists abducting people, kidnapping people? At least when DSS arrest me, I won't pay ransom. Or what else? They are going to kill me. I was born to die. I'm 50 years old. You think I'm afraid of death? A young girl was killed this year, just this year that we entered, last month, January. A young girl was killed. What was her crime? Nothing. Simply staying in her house. They abducted her and her 5 sisters. They killed her because ransom was not paid. Her result recently came out. She made a first class. A first class brain. Was not protected by this country. Citizens are being killed. Children, another one, 13-year-old. She was killed. She's the firstborn of her parents. They kidnapped them at that same time. And they took her, because they didn't pay ransom on time, they killed her. And you think I'm better than the people that they're abducting and killing. So if DSS want to kill me, they should feel free and kill me. If it's arrest that they want to arrest me, okay, what is it? I eat once a day, so they won't even be spending too much money on me. I live 30 minutes away from their office. They know my address, they know my phone number, they know my everything. So they're not going to even be looking for me anywhere. Even if they call me and tell me to come. More, I will carry myself and go there. Who is afraid of arrest? Who is afraid of arrest? The people in prison are freer than the people that are outside. At least somebody will be there guarding me. Rather than this one that we are all. Who is guarding us? that they sit down and tell me that, oh, DSS, they are talking about you. They'll come and pick you, face your family, face yourself and face your family. Nigeria is my family, and I'm facing Nigeria. On my 40th birthday, I made a pact between me and my God. There was nobody there with me. It was me thinking in my thoughts, meditating between me and my God. And I said to God, if you give me another 40 years and I live here for another 40 years, I'm going to devote it to Nigeria. And I've just done 10 years of that 40 years. I said, if God gives me. So if God gives me that 40 years that I asked for, I have 30 more years. And on my 80th birthday, if I'm still alive on my 80th birthday, that's when I'll be like, Nigeria matter, I will hands off. I will not be doing my baby girl, my old woman baby girl. But until then, you people are going to hear me on this Nigerian matter. Somebody said, oh, Aisha, if not, you will die for nothing. I rather die for nothing than to live for nothing. It's you people that are afraid of death. Since 2014, I've been saying yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors, and tomorrow's victims will be today's survivors. You think I was talking to you? No, I was talking to myself. Telling myself that those people that I say today that they killed them yesterday or today, they also survived. That's me too. I'm a potential victim waiting to happen. I've known that for years. I wait for it. I'm not missing word or running away. Coming to tell me that DSS are on my matter. DSS are discussing me. Let them, because they are so useless. That's why it's Aisha Yusuf's matter they will put on the table. Not matter of securing the country. Not matter of ensuring getting intelligence that will ensure all of those terrorists, all of those kidnappers, all of those Fulani terrorists and whatever that are all over the places, that they will go after them and get them and, you know, go do the needful with them. It's Aisha Yusuf. Now Aisha Yusuf, now they bust on her head. Me not come arrest me now. Me I know they run anywhere. I stay here. I travel in and out of this country. Yes, because for me, staying in Nigeria, it's not that, oh, it's a must, I must stay in Nigeria. That's why I always tell people, I don't want to be a public servant. I love my freedom. When I feel sit down here, my daughter will be like, oh, mommy, you know, and I'll look at her and say, you want me to come? She'll be like, yes, I want you to come. I want to meet my husband and say, oh, see what, daughter? He say, maybe she needs you over there. I say, the next day, they don't cut ticket for me. I don't travel my own waka go. Stay as I have to stay. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or whatever. If I just want to do a few days, I will come back. That's where I live my life. I'm not here because I have to. Those of them because they think they have two passports that they can do and undo. More, I don't have any other passport. I am not interested in any other passport. I have Nigerian passport. My green passport. See it here, my green passport. This is what I have, and anywhere, everywhere, I am proud of my green passport. I take and waka. I know they collect nonsense from anybody. I take and waka proudly anywhere. I don't need, and the fact that I don't have a second passport is because it's not because I couldn't get the opportunity or I didn't want. It's me deliberately. I didn't want to. Remember when the UK were doing their what the entrepreneurship way that you get? How much was it that you invest there? You have a pathway to get it in like 3 years, 5. You get your a British passport or whatever. I know a lot of my friends that were disturbing me. Oh, I shall get. I said no. I am okay with my Nigerianness, and nobody, they no born that person where that would make me leave Nigeria for that person or make me leave my country. No, you will rather Kukuma kill me. I told DSS so. I've recently lost 20 kg, and I even want to lose more 20 kg. So I eat once a day. They don't need to feed me too much. I need small space for my exercise. Shikena, I'm good. I'm not breastfeeding any child. My youngest child is 22. And in my house, we discuss death. Even in my parents' house, we discuss death. It's a normal thing to us. We are born to die. We are not the one that, oh, they are afraid of death. It's something that we discuss casually and whatever. It's a matter of fact in life. So there's no any this thing that I'm afraid. So even if they kill me, they will not even find, my cost will not be too heavy for them to carry. For all of those of you sitting down and all you're thinking about is, oh, DSS should come and arrest her. DSS, oh, your cup will be full. You will do this, you will do that. Let my cup be full. What will they do? that they have not done before? What will they do that terrorists are not doing? There's nothing. The good thing that government do, which is to provide, which is to protect lives and property, they've not been able to do it. This legitimate government that is being headed by Tinubu, they've not been able to do it. Economic empowerment, they've not been able to do it. It's to steal, it's to loot from the masses. That's what they know how to do. Good governance, they don't know how to give. Development, they don't know how to do. Economic empowerment, you know, to work on the economy of a country. Even stability, you know, fiscal policy, zero. Monetary policy, zero. So what is it? Who are you sitting down? Is it those people that are afraid of you? Or those people that are looking for peanuts from you? Or those people that are waiting for you to give them contracts? You think those are the kind of people that Aisha Yusuf is? God forbid. You can't give me what God has not given to me. And what God has given to nobody. They not born any of you away. May take an out from me. You can't. You can never. You understand? You can never. So you sit down there, you're saying that, oh, they should come and arrest Aisha Yusuf. Let them come and arrest me now. Who they fear arrest? Anyani bawa nokbo. Aha buso aga gogore. Waiting. They break here na skull. Na brain they inside. Nothing else. Waiting blood go come up. Person go die. And when they are alive, they are sitting down there. Oh, Aisha Yusuf should be arrested. Oh, Aisha Yusuf, they are going to arrest you. DSS. That DSS person, those DSS people, that are discussing my matter, I've told Kemi, she should go and ask them whether they've paid their allowance. Let's start from there. The security agencies in Nigeria, their allegiance is always to the president, even if it's an illegitimate one, and the ruling party, rather than to the people of Nigeria and the constitution. So that's a major problem that we have. People want to protest. They come out to protest. They are being killed. So there's nothing out of it. And this state that we are in now, and if we do nothing, it's going to worsen. We have religion keeping people down. They will use tradition. They will use all sorts of things to tell you not to speak out. But people are being killed. And then people are being told that, inshallah, it won't be them. In Jesus' name, it won't be their portion. I wonder the people who are being killed, whose portion it is. If we do nothing, every one of us, we are all victims waiting to happen. Yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors. And tomorrow's victims will be today's survivors. The people that have been killed will not be killed again. The next to be killed are those of us that are alive. And Nigerians need to understand this thing is not, we're not going to wish it away. We don't have the patent to prayers. We're not going to pray it away because God will not do for us what he has given us the capacity for us to do for ourselves. Fixing Nigeria, God has given us that capacity. So if we lack and do nothing, I will stay in our houses and we keep praying, then this whole thing will continue and it's not going to end. We're already on the path of chaos. So it's not left for the people to decide. Are they going to stand up against the people who have held this country ransom? Because there are few of them. And if we come out in our numbers, of course, we will get that country that we want. But a lot of people are afraid. But something we give that will break that fear, and nobody will call for it, like I said earlier. The people will find themselves on the street.
Beyond the protest, which is important, there are times when we, but in terms of working within the limits of the law, since we are not going to break the law, we're not going to ask people to break the law, both of you have considered that. What else can we do in getting the critical mass of our people to be educated between now and the next election, to be empowered? So I mean, I take all the points about, they are not going to change it, people moved, people got involved in 2023. But apparently, there seems to be a little bit more space of what can be done in trying to engage the people on a long-term basis. Tough love. That's what I'm saying.
I want to say this, and I think it's important to make a philosophical statement around the law. If the law keeps breaking the people might need to break the law so that they can break free. Apartheid was legal in South Africa, but it was breaking South Africans until they broke it. Slavery was legal. In fact, not only was it legal, slavery is also ecclesiastical. It's in the Bible that you should respect your master. But when slavery was breaking people had to break the law of slavery. So if the Nigerian law keeps breaking the Nigerian people may need to break the part of the law that keeps them broken all the time. And that is why I keep advocating mobilization that do not come only during elections. In other serious countries, if elections are rigged, the person who rigged the election cannot walk away. You get my point.
Yeah.
And I had the issue with the Labour Party and where Aisha was with. They mobilized. They also were demobilizing when they should keep mobilizing. I don't see any reason why they sat back after it was known that there was, I said, I know there was no election. But whatever they believed took place. And they ought not to have stopped there. They ought to have been complete mobilization and the shutdown of the system. The system was ready for that shutdown. But then they said, hey, don't fight, don't fight. They're not going to get power on a platter of gold. Don't let anybody deceive you that somehow, because those who are in power.
The president said that himself, that power will never be served à la carte.
Yes, those who are in power will keep giving you homework assignments and, homework to do. Go and mobilize, go and mobilize. We're talking about political parties. Very soon, they will come and register political parties so that they can register political parties that will do their bidding. Or the political parties they cannot register, they will go in there and scatter the party. Because what they want is a one-party state. It's a dictatorial one-party state. Do
you think a one-party state can survive in Nigeria? I don't think so.
Well, all the parties that are in Nigeria that are in power, that have been in power, they're all one. It's just different uniforms.
different addresses.
So, yes, it's just different national headquarters. Because Nigeria is the only country in the world where you can sleep as a PDP member and wake up as APC. So, let's talk about... The ruling party is one party.
Yeah, so let's talk about political reforms.
Yes.
Because, look, what we have is what we have. We have a constitution, that is guiding us.
I don't believe we have a constitution. The constitution was imposed on us. It's not our constitution. That was the military constitution.
But the point of the fact of the matter is that for whatever, regardless of how it emerged,
but
I also have issues with the way it emerged. But hey, that's the law today, and we can use it. I believe that we can use the constitution, we can use the law to make some changes. Even if you think it's minimalist, So, for instance, on the issue of political reforms, do you think that Nigeria will be better if we have two parties, two options, and with proper ideological segmentation differences? Let's start with Aisha.
Well, in a way, it will be better, depending on also how it is done. If you have a situation whereby people are being denied getting into those parties, or if there's no internal democracy in parties. And so you find a situation whereby maybe two parties, they're just dominated. I think we almost had something like that before we got to where we now had all of this. But of course, a two-party system would work where everyone is allowed to get in there. There's internal democracy being done, and there's rule of law, no imposition, no trying to buy judgments, try to use the law to just get things away. That will sort of work. And the most important thing, it's not even about what the number of parties we have, is the kind of people that are allowed to emerge within those parties. At the end of the day, Nigerians will only vote for the people that are flag bearers of parties. And most times what we have is that most parties, they do not give their best to run the tickets to run. They give it to those that are not competent enough and that they can control, because they know they want access to the treasury, access to the wealth of the people. So if you have someone who is not very competent, you saw what happened in Kogi State. I mean, we now have an office of the immediate past governor, someone who is saying, don't obey me, obey. Those kind of things. I think
they denied that. I think they denied that.
So someone who is saying, they've denied that?
Whenever they deny something, just know it's true.
And then saying, okay, and all of those things. So what we need to have is, first of all, have those systems where it's the most competent that I imagine. If we have a situation in Nigeria where we all have competent candidates, it's only a matter of ideology. I mean, a lot of people can go and sleep. You only need a little bit of critical mass to be keeping eye on what is happening in terms of governance. We can all continue to go and do our businesses. So that is where the problem is. It's not even about the number of parties, but the fact that people are not allowed in. And sometimes also, like I said, you find a lot of these parties, they don't make it open. They frustrate people who want to get into those parties. And of course, people who have jobs that they're doing, they're not going to be staying there and fighting tooth and nail to be able to get into certain parties and do as some of those things. But at this moment, what we as Nigerians must understand is that politics is now we fighting for our lives. because through politics is where you get governance. You don't. We're running a democracy, so it has to be through the political process, no matter how flawed it is. And so we must not take it upon ourselves that we must participate in this thing and come en masse and say, now we must begin to change this whole thing. And like what he said, keep mobilizing on the fact that we all come out en masse. If you don't do the right thing, we will overrun. So that at the end of the day, let's know if we're going to have a country, let's have a country. If we're not going to have a country, let's not have a country. It's not fair that some people have their families protected with all our security agents, because we go to different houses of either elected officials, VIPs, whatever it is, they all have, security agents guarding them. What about the rest of us citizens? Who is looking after us? So people need to get to that state of mind. And I think also there's something else that we don't understand. We refuse to allow people realize the relationship between governors and their lives. We play government, we play God, most citizens. So you're always helping. We think we can crowdfund our way out of insecurity, crowdfund our way out of poverty. We're always taking us people's problem. We want to solve it for them because, of course, we were told to help your neighbor and all of that. And more people are abdicating their responsibility to you. They are allowing government to abdicate their own responsibility of taking care of the welfare of the people, and then more and more pressure is being put on others. There must be tough love. People must understand. If you don't vote the right way, if you don't come out during election, if you don't participate, when you are hungry, enjoy the hunger. Don't put it on somebody else.
All right, Joel.
I think what democracy is about is the beautiful thing about it is that it allows for multiple choices for people. So I don't think we have too many parties. However, I think we need to have a law that allows for independent candidacy so that people who don't want to be part of the shenanigans of these political parties can run without having to deal with those things. I know of a presidential candidate during the last election, 2023. Each time the party leaders are broke, they will write him that they want to withdraw him as a candidate. So he'll send them money. The following week again, they'll go and meet somewhere and said, we don't want you to be our candidate anymore. You send them money. Because, like she said, most of the party leaders don't have a second job.
But that's not a major party. Where they happen?
Well, it was a major party. Wow. Yes. There were only 18 parties in this last election. So it wasn't like the 79 parties in 2019. So it was a major party. But that's how they operate. But if there were rooms for independent candidacy, it's people who with ideas who don't want to participate in the dirtiness of politics can come out as candidates, organize themselves, and you find out that a lot of independent candidates will even organize better than the political parties. Because then they can find people who align with their objectives, their vision, and their narratives about how to fix the country, who will not say, well, the leader of the ward has suspended you. When you are a presidential candidate of a party, like they did to Shiomole, they went to his ward. The people at his ward did not even know his name. They didn't know he's the chairman of the party. But these are some of the things they do. So I also think that one added advantage to the whole process of democracy is to allow diasporans to vote. Diaspora voting will also put a lot of pressure because you have 6 million Nigerians, and they can leverage, they can even out
6 million Nigerians outside.
And those 6 million Nigerians are not going to ask you for, bread or Ankara or some kind of, they can afford to take decisions that is not influenced by all this.
But I'm sure you believe
and you can't use guns on them also.
Yeah, and you also, they are protected. Yeah, well, it depends on where they are. There are Nigerians in certain places that, if it's required, they will send people down there.
But that's my point. I believe that there are more than 6 million Nigerians in Nigeria who will behave like those 6 million Nigerians abroad. The question is that how do we get them to be involved?
That's what I'm saying.
There are 6 million Nigerians in this country
candidates
who are that free.
So you have Aisha here. She's supporting a candidate but doesn't belong to the party, because she doesn't want to be part of the party. It's possible that it's because of reputation of the party, or because she believes in a candidate but doesn't believe in the party. So imagine if she has a totally free platform where she can operate freely and decide on a candidate without having to deal with the party. That changes the dynamics a lot. So there are over I would say there are millions of Nigerians who will be participating in our political process today if they did not have to, if they don't have to deal with political parties. Because they see the political parties as special, purpose vehicles for corruption and dirtiness and immorality. But they want to participate, and a lot of Nigerians just don't like politics. Period. Okay. And they see the parties as symbols of political decadence.
Okay, good. I mean, I wanted to make a point that, I think the three of us agree on the usefulness of independent candidacy.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, let me throw another idea.
But we should be careful. If you allow them to make the law without pressure, you discover that there is no person who can act as an independent candidate who doesn't have a billion naira or several billion naira somewhere. They will put hurdles in advance so that is where only them can also become independent. They will now start raising independent candidates themselves who will become their opponents. So we have to be also careful and be clinical about that.
But at least, in terms of principle, we think that independent candidacy is useful. Let me bring another idea. And of course, we can talk about what has to happen to make sure that you get what we really want. Yeah. What do you guys think about parliamentary system? And this is what I think. I believe, first of all, I think that the presidential system is unnecessarily expensive. Yeah. But more importantly, I believe that the presidential system creates a situation where Mr. President, whoever it is, can sit in the villa without coming out to explain or be questioned. But in a parliamentary system, you have to sit in the parliament face to face with an opposition leader, and you have to take questions from the opposition, and all of this done in the public. I think that can help our political process to become more accountable. What do you guys think? Aisha?
Okay, so for me, straight off, I would say that we are not doing, the presidential system itself, we are not doing true federalism. So that's the thing about Nigeria. We have all sorts of things. We copy something, we are doing it, we are not doing it very well. But I totally agree with you. For me, the parliamentary system works better for me in the sense that it's less expensive compared to the presidential system. And if you have like ministers and all of that, you're not going to be bringing in new people. They're all lawmakers. It's, first among equals. They are all sitting down there. They are all lawmakers. Even if they remove you, probably as a minister or something like that, you just go back there. You're there. You're sitting down there. You continue what you're doing. For me, I think it's something that would work better than what we currently have right now. But the thing is that whatever kind of system that you bring in, if you have the same kind of people who are ready, who are not accountable, because rule of law is everything. Even the parliamentary system that is working in other countries, the way it's working, if you bring it out to Nigeria, they will rubbish it. They will find a way to do what they want to do. If they don't want to talk to us, they won't. They will tell. They will even publicize it. They will say they won't meet. And if citizens are sitting there a bit, those are not doing anything about it, they get away with it, because at the end of the day, absolute power would always corrupt. Absolutely. But personally, I'm more interested in the parliamentary system than I am of the presidential system.
So I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, because I like to go back to what our reality is, whether we like it or not. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on the fact that this is happening. We've had a very tough start to the year. January, insecurity and all of that. Mr. President is not in the country. He's on a private visit to France. That's what he told us. We don't know what a private visit means. He's hardly addressed any of these issues.
Macron.
So what do you think about what this picture looks like?
A private visit means he has gone to see Macron for his personal business. Let the man... See, one thing I know is this, as I said, until we have leaders that are dedicated, whose children are all Nigerians. Yes, you people have... Let's call all the governors and presidents of Nigeria. Let's bring all their children. Let them present their passports. Yes, you, father of foreigner, you tell me you want to give my own child a future, but your own children are all foreigners, but you are building future for my children. So it's these little things that we used to know what is true and what is not true, about what's going on in this country. We as the people, we must be the ones to do the work. That's just it. Many of these neighborhoods that are being attacked is simple displacement. It's the same technique they are using in the Congo. When you don't know, they have all these technologies that are beaming into the ground now, that, electromagnetic pulse going into the ground, knowing what is in the ground, scanning back images. You are living on billions. You don't know that there are billions, trillions of dollars flowing under your leg. You are just a common villager going to your farm every day, living your simple life. Don't know some multinational billionaire from one country, just they plan your downfall. Calling guys, they arrange. Brrr. They'll blame it. Africans are barbarians attacking them. Say, clear that neighborhood. You know, what is one of the best ways to make poor people move? You destroy the schools. Boko Haram, attacking schools. When a poor man knows his child cannot go to school, he will leave that area. Because education for all poor people, for them is the way out. They believe education is the way out for their children. So if you attack schools, that was a great tactic for people that were grabbing resources and land. You know, because that is what is really going on in this country. Let's face facts. You know, it is the people with arms in this country that have access to arms in this country, you know, that are able to do these kind of things. And this displacement of these people, I'm telling you, is for natural resources reason, to begin to exploit those areas, but they need those villagers to move out of their ancestral land. That's what I believe personally.
On that very grim note, you have come here and just told us that we're going to suffer for the next 3.5 years.
No, I'm just saying, we are not going to suffer. We are going to organize for the next 3.5 years. We have to look at the right thing to do. Even if we are going to suffer, it means we have resolved that we are not going to do anything about it. We can't end like that. We have to say, for the next 3.5 years, we professionals of Nigeria want to organize on behalf of our people and build this bridge and be their representation, bring a new narrative to them. With this narrative, trust me, some people are going to drop all these kidnapping jobs when other people give them. Say, oh, more forget. We are moving with MOP. We see the light.
I get you.
They have confirmed the rescue of school children kidnapped in Ekiti during an incident where 2 traditional rulers were killed. According to the State Police Command, a rapid response squad was deployed in collaboration with military personnel, Amotekun Corps from Ekiti and Ondo State, vigilantes and local hunters to comb the forest in Ondo State. Yaya Suleiman, Idris Abubakar, Hassan Abdullahi, Haruna Abubakar, Usman Abdullahi, Haruna Sule, including one Babusa Alhaji Lede, who was arrested inside Ayedun Ayebode Ekiti forest in Ikole area of the state. The operation led to the release of the children at about 2 a.m. while 8 suspects were arrested. Those arrested are undergoing investigation and are given credible information that could lead to the arrest of other fleeing suspects that perpetrated the dastardly act. The governor of Ekiti State, Biodun Oyebanje, has visited the school pupils and teachers who were kidnapped in the state a few days ago. Speaking during the visit at the State Teaching Hospital at Ekiti, Governor Oyebanje assured all victims of adequate medical attention.
This is Bod TV Bod. In case the first time you come here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more uploads.